Hello, thanks for having me stand on Art by Artists. I'm Polly Reed. Today is the 21st of October 2024. Hope I don't bore you too much. It is autumn in England in the United Kingdom. Recently there is golden sunlight, golden leaves in the trees on the ground near where I live. Sycamore seeds, conkers, spiders, webs are scattered about the parks, streets and back gardens. Question 1. What's your background? I grew up in Whitstable in Kent in England. I'd be on the beach after school most days, or we played tennis or football in the back alleys near home, or be in the garden making mud pies and singing to the birds from the swing. I remember swimming in the sea a lot, diving off groins, splashing about in thunderstorms and lightning, floating on lilos, windsurf boards, or on your back with these awesome sunsets on the horizon. I remember lots of mums and lots of kids. Next question, how does this impact how you see the world and create art? I cherish those parts of my childhood, not all plain sailing. They were free and above all playful. I look for more of the same natural gifts as an adult. I value peace. I attempt to create art that I feel I'd like to see in the world. I observe light and nature, and I create that art that is interested in light, nature, colour and joy. Next question, did your upbringing prompt a specific reference point within your work? Is your work informed by certain concepts or themes from your childhood, background, socioeconomic status, and where you lived or were raised? So, as mentioned, I spent a lot of time outdoors playing in light, and we also watched TV and films, which are also constructed of light. But I suppose playing, the outdoors, nature, and light are key themes from my childhood that I use today. From the age of 7, we lived as a single parent family. We would see my dad mostly during holidays. My dad introduced me to gardening. My mum trained as a nurse, but she had a love for art and introduced me to art and artists. She's a great drawer, and the marks she makes I always aspire to emulate. She won an Andy Warhol print in a raffle once. It was the Apple logo. We were very poor, so she auctioned it off immediately, and that paid for a new sofa and some bills. She introduced me to many artists: Bonnard, Klee, Picasso, Braque, Cézanne, Van Gogh, Matisse, Gauguin, Hockney, Warhol, Georgia O'Keeffe, and many more. She had these lovely canvases made by art students she'd met from the Slade. There were sort of geometric, abstract, and minimal paintings. These all imprinted on my mind growing up, and I never felt like I wasn't allowed to like art. I guess everything I'm a fan of then and now feeds into my work now in some way. Next question, who are your biggest influences? My biggest influences are artists that have a love for natural beauty. Turner's skies, Monet's water lilies. There's a series of olive tree paintings by Van Gogh where the grass is like a wave. There's the expressive Moroccan garden series by Matisse, and there's the landscapes of Le Canet by Bonnard. I admire the bravery of Picasso and the surrealists like Lee Miller and Man Ray. My dad took us to the Dali Theatre Museum in Figueres as a teenager, which was pretty inspiring. I love a lot of Scottish artists too: Ian Hamilton Finlay, Alec Finlay, Eduardo Palozzi, Lorna Robertson and Andrew Cranston. I'm a fan of music, films, novels and poetry too. Next question, what are you focusing on right now? So I'm preparing my garden for winter and next year's spring. I've been planting bulbs, scattering hollyhock and marigold seeds, transferring plants inside or to different locations in the garden. I'm keen to draw and capture the marks in my garden. At the moment, that's fallen leaves. Also the dappled light of shadows on the fence and roundness and colours of apples, the axis and grasses, stems of flowers, petals, fence panelling, branches, shapes of leaves. This all keeps me engaged and focused. I recently saw a Van Gogh exhibition, Poets and Lovers, at the National Gallery in London, which has inspired me to focus on the marks in my work more, trying to complement the marks with the subject. I've also been writing some poems. Here is a poem. Long Grasses and Butterflies by Van Gogh. Each light brush, each shade, line, each in the vein of nature's undergrowth. Next question. What is the biggest challenge of being an artist? I feel that might be beauty. Next question. What advice would you give to your younger self? To find some earth, plant a tree, and grow some flowers. Next question. Have you ever tried any unconventional mediums or techniques? I don't think there is much that's unconventional in art anymore, perhaps except making art in the first place. I try and I experiment. I work quite directly at the moment with oil stick on canvases or recycled paper. I currently use rainwater and seawater in some paintings, but I don't think I'm the first or the last to do such a thing. Next question. Do you listen to music or have any type of background noise while you work, or do you prefer complete silence? I like that question a lot. I listen to music and I listen to silence or the rain. My dog barks at strange noises, so practically I often put music on so she's settled. I seem to have Bob Dylan, The War on Drugs, Patti Smith, Bryan Adams and Teenage Fanclub on a lot at the moment. My brother makes ambient music too, and you can search for him, Woodcott, on Bandcamp. Next question. What's the best reaction someone has had to your artwork? I stayed a while and lingered with this picture. People are busy, time is precious, so I'm very grateful for that. Last question. What do you hope people take away from your artwork? There's no expectations there. Hopefully it may act as a reminder of how nature enriches our lives. Thank you very much for having me, Stan. Goodbye.